previously on QuestFest. Let's hear it then.
I run up out of the hole, and just as I run out, I make it look like I'm running past, and then I scurry around to the back of it and wait for it to come out. And so as it charges up out of the hole, I just bury my rapier down in its back, and like right between the shoulder blades as it comes up. And
its momentum is such that as you bury your rapier, the blade splits the lizard's back, goring it and leaving a large trail as it falls heavily to the ground.
Hell yeah.
Bon.
And we see this because
you probably would notice, the lizard popping out and then...
And I'll yell, "Have at you, fiend!"
God.
Well, at least he's having fun.
So let's hear it.
Oh.
I think when Obern sees the lizard, like, just kind of frantically looking around, he will just run in and with the staff uppercut right under the chin. He's just swinging as hard as he can at this point because it's threatening his established friend Tim. It's threatening his new people, acquaintances. So he's just gonna end this real quick.
The quarter staff smashes into the lizard, catching it under the chin, and then the second added power of the shillelagh hits it again. The kinetic injury. Oh my goodness! Kinetic energy catching it and flipping it full on backwards as the full body of the beast flies up and over, coming down, and you see its neck break on impact.
Yes.
A silence falls over. It seems, for the moment, the threat is over.
Tim, that was not a spider.
You hear footsteps as Tim, somewhat sheepishly, comes around the corner. Well, they were spiders when I put the request in. So, we left with the button. Well, when I put it on the board, it was spiders.
Well, it seems in a roundabout way your spider problem's been taken care of.
He looks up at you, literally, he's shorter than you, and just stares dead in your eyes. Yes, I suppose it does. He looks out at his field, which is devastated from where the lizard had come up and rained dirt all along. I guess I'll have to put in another request.
I was going to say, I'm assuming this is going to show up on the board.
I might need help plowing.
Yeah, no, we can do that. We can help.
Yeah, sure, we can.
What?
I don't know. I just expected you to say something.
Nah, I'm the strong, silent type.
That's what I'm learning. Like, definitely is.
He sort of looks you over as you say strong, specifically. Sort of eyebrow raises, but then seems to shove that aside. Well, regardless, I have to thank you. You did, at least somewhat, fix the problem. You look tired.
I'm all right.
No, I'm totally fine. Hardly even broke a sweat.
Lyonel covered in wounds and clothes ripped to shreds from where it had stomped on him. Totally fine.
Tis but a scratch.
Flesh wound.
Obern looks deep within himself and notices how many of his spell slots are gone. And he's like, I think I could
probably use a nap or something like that. But yeah, mostly good.
Well, I'll see what I need here, and I'll add it to the board. But please, no, you have my thanks. I'll send reward via the mayor.
Sounds good.
And with that, he sort of spins on his heel, not rudely, just as a dismissal, and begins to walk out towards the fields as though he's making a count of what has been damaged and what has not.
A mayor, you say?
Yeah.
A reward, you say?
Well, I mean, there's some monetary kickback for this. It's not much. You saw the village, but yeah, it's they do what they can, and it's probably best to accept what they give and not ask for more.
Okay, yes, I can certainly accept a meager gift.
But if you could just avoid the word meager when accepting it, that would be top tier.
Noted.
Cool. So, you've got some skills out there. Notice that you pretty much took one of those on all by yourself. So
All in a day's work.
apparently it was.
Yeah, damn, rich boy. Haven't seen you fight any giant lizards before.
Yeah, I mean, normally you're the muscle.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you could say my skills are a little more refined.
Okay, that sort of takes away from it and like feels elitist, but okay.
Thank you for the compliment.
There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. There it is.
I guess I'm learning.
Yeah, we both are.
I couldn't have dreamt of a better combination. Oh, man.
All right. What is next on the docket?
Well, okay. Having done this, probably head back into town, check the board, see how things are going. We might swing by Durek's place. He's the village elder. He might be able to help out. He's who we need to talk to about the reward, I think. So
Roll a is this intelligence or insight? I'll call it an insight.
okay.
It seems workable. You guys can't roll this. This is
Makes sense.
15. 11 plus 4.
you don't remember Durek being called the mayor until just now.
Wait. Yeah, he's the mayor. Okay.
You
You okay over there, bud?
it seems like you're unsure of that statement.
Toast. Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Just
Can I roll insight on this?
Yes.
Do you have a
Feel
stroke?
free. Are you attempting to deceive, or is this is just the natural reaction, right?
just kind of the natural
Yeah,
reaction.
yeah.
Just like checking things like no drooping,
Right.
arm feels okay. Okay.
19.
It seems exactly that. You kind of sense that he seems unsure about this piece of information as he's demonstrated.
Okay, so you know that thing where it's like you're in a situation and something's happening. It's like, I've experienced this before. It's like that deja vu sort of thing.
Yes.
You ever experienced like the exact opposite? Like you've been in a situation and it's like, this has never happened before, but apparently it has.
Huh.
No, I can't say I have.
Yes.
Groovy. Okay, just me. That's fine. It's why I've got a shell. I roll with it. Okay.
I
Anyway.
mean, that's happened to me a couple times, actually.
Oh,
Now that I think about it.
oh yeah, off or above table. Yeah, it probably certainly has, hasn't it?
When did this happen?
No, but funnily enough, I am associated with deja vu.
Okay. Vujade.
I'm a
right.
I'm a black hat. Nice.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. So into town, check the board, talk to the mayor first. Yeah.
So he is the mayor. You
He's the,
before said he was the elder?
It's apparently a
He
little
got
of
a
column A, a
promotion.
little of column B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's next steps.
Off to it then.
All right.
You proceed back to town, and I just looked all through my notes to see how long that takes you, and I don't remember. So we're going to say it takes you the same amount of time to get back to town as it took you to get here, and I roughly think that was around 2 hours. But regardless, it is afternoon now, getting closer to the 2 to 3 o'clock arena, and if that's wrong, we'll go back and retcon it, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how long it took us to get here, but it sure felt like the same amount of time it took to get there in the first place.
Justin, you have inspiration now. Feel free.
For making Brian sound better.
I swear I wrote that down, but distance is not my strong suit. So
It seems as though we traveled the same distance back as we did there.
Funny how that works.
as you come into town, roll wisdom checks, I think. Yeah.
Flat wisdom?
Yeah.
I rolled and then touched it and it rolled again.
19.
Is it against magic?
No.
Okay.
That is a 2 plus 4, but still a 2. So 6.
14.
This was a
Sorry.
perception check. I just realized that's what this technically is.
Oh.
Oh.
So
well, then
feel free
mine's
to bump your modifier up. Yeah. I
then
apologize.
So
mine is
16.
a 21.
8.
16.
21.
You two immediately notice, once prompted, you probably see this. Town looks different. Whereas before, there were multiple empty and vacant buildings. Now, there still seem to be multiple vacant buildings. But they look to be in better shape. Whereas before, it looked as though no one had settled here for perhaps 50 years in some cases. Now, the oldest abandoned building looks to be made of sterner stuff, better quality materials, well cleaned. And specifically, as you enter the town square, whereas there had been an empty building across from the inn in a southwest diagonal, there is now a carpentry shop.
Wow. One hell of a contractor you have here, I guess. It's only been, by my account, somewhere between 2 and 8 hours.
Add that buffer for
Oh my God.
for wiggle room.
How
Boy,
did
it
it?
sure isn't tomorrow yet.
Yeah. How in the buildings are noticeably different than when we left.
So what it
Additionally, leaving the town square, you see what looks to be a trader who is proceeding down the path. And Obern, you specifically know there had been no trade for weeks before you arrived, and you had not seen one since, they said.
wait up. Oh, hey, hold up.
They're
Try to
well
wave them
down the
down.
road, but you could try to catch them. You would have to run. They are, from here, they are at the exit of town as you have gotten here.
Okay.
Oh, you want their attention?
I'll just run.
I will run 4 times as fast as you
Oh
do.
my God.
I will run 4 times as fast.
Okay. fine.
I run.
It's the tortoise and the hare,
Sorta.
sort of.
Yeah. I'll run 240 feet in one turn.
Jesus Christ.
You quickly catch up to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no. They're not traveling, but at a piddling pace. It takes you the short amount of time to get out of town. As you do, it looks to be a covered wagon.
Can I briefly say that Lyonel did not mean to try and show off to get there before you. He's just fast. So he saw you run after him and he's like, oh, we need to go and get the attention of this man. And I just dart past you.
As you get closer, it's a covered wagon. Are you familiar with what a bardo looks like?
a bardo?
It's like got a hard top cover and more of almost like a traveling small cabin. It's got like a little chimney out the top.
Yeah.
A little more safer than a covered wagon.
Professor Crumwaddle's magic elixir sort of thing.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And so you catch up with the man in front who is driving's plain dressed, looks to be in riding clothes, somewhat forgettable face. His brown eyes, kind of dirty brown, blonde hair, and roundish cherubic features, not necessarily noticeable. And he turns, he says, well met, as you speed up beside him.
I told you others said well met. Hail, well met, good fellow.
Did you need to catch me?
I suppose I did. My friend
Okay.
Obern here wanted your attention.
Okay, so like, wait, it's fine. Okay, hi, yeah. When did you get in?
Well, this early before noon.
What happened? This building's different. What'd you do?
He looks puzzled. Why doesn't it look any different than it did when I last passed through here 2 weeks ago?
No. I was here 2 weeks ago. You weren't.
Maybe I missed you. But I try to come through this way every 2 weeks.
Pretty hard to miss me. I'm kind of everywhere. Okay.
But did you need to browse my wares? As he does, he reaches back and he pulls a sort of lever / chain fixture, and it slides open the side of his bardo, just the windows, and reveals an assortment of goods inside. Fairly traditional. You see salt, various dried meats, herbs. You can see linens in the back.
Dried meats, you say?
And you see other items too, some potions clinking around, various weaponry. He looks to be the standard sort of baron's trader who goes around to various towns bringing necessary goods.
Any dried tilapia in there?
Oh, well, let me. And he climbs out and he pats his horse on the side.
I am a cat. I like a fish.
You see, as he sort of slips by, he slaps the muzzle down so that it'll start being able to eat as it is taking a break. And he walks and he climbs into his bardo. You said tilapia, and he's looking through. Oh, I see. Well, I don't see any tilapia. I have salmon.
Red salmon.
Red salmon. That's in particular. Cats just eat fish. I thought. I don't know what they want. Okay. Aha! And he comes out and he has a whole dried, head intact salmon, and he's swinging it back and forth.
Yes.
2 coppers for the whole bit.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, flick him like 4. I don't care.
Nice. He takes the tip and he says, "Oh, well, thank you." He says, "Well, as a trader, I have to." And he looks around. And he says, "Yeah, you know what?" And he turns and he comes back with a hanging assortment on long, what looks to be fishing line, dried, of various kinds of fish. And he says, "So we're equal." He turns. Have you? I turn to Terry. Bon, did you catch up to the trader, or are you just watching?
Probably by now. Probably leisurely, just jogging behind.
So as Bon is kind of like catching up and over. Did you need something?
Notice you have like a spice pack in there. I'm a little low. I'll take that. Sure.
Yeah. So he grubs around. He says, "Oh, that'll be a copper," and big sort of bit of negotiation, of course.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. That'll save me some foraging time.
More paprika.
You got stuff for stew?
He looks back. Ooh, several dried meats that I think would make for a fine stew. Do you need something that can keep on a pot, or something that might be consumed in a day?
Keep, I guess.
Need darker meats. And he goes back and he says, "Oh, I have some great venison that one of the villagers traded me. Big man with a hammer on his side."
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, he hands it to you. And he says, "It'll be a copper."
Sure. Give him a copper.
All right.
I give Oberon the meat.
Oh.
Obern.
Obern, yeah.
Dang, guys, don't reveal the secrets. Secretly king of the fairies over here. Gosh.
You've discovered me.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, no, this will be great. This with the spice. Yeah, no, we're going to eat good tonight. Okay. Pops it in his, side pack.
Did you need anything else?
Did you need anything else, Obern?
You said just kind of potions and...
This is various assortments.
Okay. I grab a couple of those potions from you as well.
Oh, which ones did you have in mind? He looks back. I have a potion of healing here I could do for 75 gold pieces. He says, what else do I... He's looking through. Oh, I have a potion of love, if that is your purview.
Emphasis on perf. No, we're good. Thanks on that.
I thought you were going to say emphasis on purr.
I thought you were too.
Well, let's see. Well, do you have something you're looking for?
Not really. I'm really just wondering. You were here 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I come every 2 weeks.
Where do you come from?
The west.
Question, is that the direction that the original door would have been?
Opposite.
Opposite direction. Okay. Okay, where do you stay usually?
Oh, I just normally spend but a day here. Unfortunately, not enough here to consume my wares, but I park right in the center of town.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I must just have missed you every single time. Boy, howdy. Funny how that works.
He looks puzzled and quizzical again. Oh, well, I'm sorry to have missed you. Perhaps because I could offer you a great deal. I have a potion of heroism. Normally 200 gold. I would sell it to you for 150.
Well, that's a little too rich for my blood.
How many of these do you have?
Just one.
Just one.
How many? Oh,
roll insight.
Can I roll insight and can I ask him what? I'm not terribly familiar. What does this potion do?
Yep. So
18 insight, by the way.
You know that is a good deal for the potion.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you actually probably know what it does. It is a rare potion, but it's one that is frequently made for folks on the front line. Gives you the effects of the bless spell with no concentration required and 10 temporary HP for an hour.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
It is typically around 180 gold pieces.
Yeah. You said 150 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course. Here.
So he counts the coin as you hand it to him, and he gives you one potion of heroism.
Thank you so much, friend.
No, thank you. But I still haven't found something for you.
Oh, it's spices. I mean, that's it's good enough for me. That'll make my life a lot easier and make eating a lot more enjoyable.
It seems as though he feels, since he's missed you, as though there was a deal that could have been struck. His face is deep in concentration. He says, ooh, I know what you need. And you see him dig through his bag, and he's going at it for quite a minute. What's your passive perceptions?
13.
13 as well.
Passive perception, 16.
Okay. So just passively, you two have to roll. You can tell it's a bag of holding.
Ooh, I got 21 on my perception roll.
You can tell he's got a bag of holding.
I'm not paying attention.
You're not paying
I
attention.
got a 2.
I could offer you a great deal. Have you heard of an elixir of health?
I mean, I understand the concept. Maybe? Wait, is that like a potion?
Yes. I might sound like a snake oil salesman, but it cures you of any woes you might have. Any diseases.
Yeah. Cure.
Insight.
Yeah, insight check, actually.
Go for it.
Not as good. Only a 10.
Nat 20. I started paying attention.
16.
He seems like he's being legitimate.
Okay.
Okay.
You're aware that such potions exist and frankly aren't that unavailable. They typically run, your average, you two would think they typically run in town somewhere in the range of like 120 to 150 gold pieces. You're less sure. On the coastal regions, potions and such alchemic tools and such tend to be a little bit more expensive, but you have heard of them, and traders have certainly provided them before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that does. I think I've heard of that. That is probably way out of my range. What are you asking for it?
Well, since you've been such good customers and I'm in a good mood, I'll give it to you for 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, okay.
All right. And he shakes it, and he shakes it up, and he says, if you like, feel free to taste it while I'm still here, so you can prove the veracity if you need.
So, like, with he could make some sort of check and actually taste it to make sure that it has the properties that it does?
Yep.
Without using it?
Yeah.
Cool.
That is, I believe, a mechanic in 5e, and if it's not, then I'm house ruling it that for lesser potions, it should be pretty practical.
Okay, since you're offering, sure. And he pops the cork off and like dips a pinky in there and just kind of like tastes it to check and see what it does.
It seems to do exactly as it says. You feel your various soreness and ills today, where you may have been a little nauseous or little sore, fade away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
It is no problem. I feel bad that I've missed you.
I don't think you need to feel bad. I think you just, do you ever question anything around here? Because it feels like maybe that should be a thing that people do more.
Why? It's always been like this.
We are inside of a thing, and we are existing inside of a huge, like, space that is any amount of curiosity.
So you too are a fan of the planar traveler's beliefs.
Beliefs?
Of course.
I'm not from here. This is not a belief. I am from the outside of the Bulwark.
Right. And you've traveled inside.
Yes.
Much like in your previous location, you were somewhere, and there was something larger outside that.
What if we're the thing on the cat's collar?
Oh my God.
We were on Lyonel's collar the whole time. Lyonel is a house cat.
Obern's consciousness expands, and just for a brief moment, he can see 4 people sitting around a table.
Friend, are you from here inside of this? Do you think this is just a theory? Because we did do some form of interplanar travel. We're not from this place.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not a theory. Like, there is interplanar travel. We're here because of it.
We're from the future.
No, you're not.
All right, it's worth a shot.
Or are you?
I don't know.
He looks back at you. He seems jovial, almost, as though this is a subject of which he cannot be contained to talk about. And he says, well, of course you're not. Nobody who travels to the Bulwark is from the Bulwark. I am from the Bulwark. We all are. Well, not you. You're from outside. You've come inside.
We have.
And you probably have exciting stories to tell. Adventures you've lived. Countries you've traveled.
Oh, yes. Of course I do. We don't have the time, though.
We don't. I would love to tell you of my stories, but I also don't have the time.
I'm sorry, friend. I did not catch your name.
I did not give it. You can call me Trader.
Okay.
Like Trader Joe, or?
If you must.
Right.
Just Trader.
Sweet.
All right.
For today,
What might you be tomorrow?
Why, whatever I want, friend.
Hmm.
Just like you, today, are a hero. Tomorrow, maybe you're a brigand. Maybe a pirate. We are all what we want to be.
I want to be out of this place.
Do you think tomorrow you'll be someone who gives a straight answer?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Nah.
He smiles a wide, toothy smile. You're new to the Bulwark, aren't you?
Only been here a few months. Apparently not long enough to see you, but yeah, kind of newish.
He just smiles back. You'll understand. In time.
Cryptic. Awesome. That's comforting. All right. Well, okay. Thank you for your time.
He looks disheartened and he says, the game, I'm a trader. Information is a commodity.
Okay, then communicate that.
Yeah.
What would you like for some more concrete information?
I would like information.
Okay.
Then ask.
I call him Rich Boy. His last name is Parsons. He's from a really fancy family. You could
No,
probably get
he
a lot of secrets out of him if you really wanted to.
They're going to ask for information. I'm not going to give it freely. We're playing ball now.
Tell me of the country you come from. What is it called?
Bastian.
And what year is it?
I don't know, Brian. What
Brian,
year
what
is
year
it?
is it?
Insert year here. I wrote this down somewhere. I don't know. It's like 4,439, but I don't quite remember.
What? The year is 4,409 after the fall of time.
Interesting. And what would you have in return?
What year is it here?
Ooh.
Is it a different year now than it was earlier today?
No. It is the same. He looks around and sort of twists his head left, then right, then left again as though rolling his neck. The year is not the right question, as it is year 0 here. Does that help?
Believe it or not, no, it does not.
Is it the where? Is that what the question is?
That is better. Where is inside the bulwark?
Well, okay.
Who, what,
Yeah.
when, where, why, and how. All of those at the same time.
That would require more trade.
What do you
What
want?
else would you like?
I will tell you that the most important question you could ask is not the where or the when or even the how. It is the why. And if you want to know why, you have to tell me something that I find interesting enough to tell you.
All right. What sort of thing do you find interesting?
Well, you said that you're from Bastian.
I did.
And who rules Bastian at this time?
Brian, what's the name
Who
of the
rules
king?
Bastian, Brian?
For the past 5 years, we've been under the rule of Lord Balpator.
That interesting. He doesn't do anything. Who really rules the city?
I suppose, from a certain view, the houses of the nobles rule the city.
Of course they do.
More interesting. And why do they rule the city?
When one is in power for a long time, that creates a system that, for all intents and purposes, looks good on paper, but and seems fair and even, but gives more power to those who have more. That's what you'll have, I suppose.
Power conducts power in perpetuity. I like it. Still not interesting enough, but closer.
Okay.
What if Who do the nobility answer to?
All of the noble houses, I guess you could say, answer to the god Eudex and the lady.
The lady. That is technically correct. I'll accept it. You're here because nobody has dealt with what needed to be dealt with in a long time. And much like an engine, powerful machines need maintenance.
An engine?
Much like.
I mean, Lyonel doesn't have a concept of what an engine is.
You shouldn't.
But this man does.
Oh, okay. I think your analogy may be lost on me, but...
Oh, much like a field needs to be planted, you must first lay seeds.
Okay.
Oh, hey, speaking of seeds, you got any like seeds, nuts, grains, shit like that?
Of course. He turns around and starts digging through his stuff again.
Stream of thought.
Do you have any in particular you're looking for?
I hand him my rat so that the rat can go search through the bag.
Puts him on his shoulder, and it's like he's testing each one. He comes out with a bag full of pellets. Here, I think this is what it wanted.
Ah, great. How much?
Call it even.
All right, sweet.
Gives it to you.
Yay.
Anyone else? I do have to be getting on, unfortunately.
I don't think we met in the middle. I gave you... I suppose I'm giving you where outside for why inside. I don't know if I got enough.
I gave you why for why. If you would prefer more why, I need more why. Or I will exchange why for justification. The nobility rules.
So, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? As you can probably tell from my attire, my look, I come from nobility. It's not where I started. Do I take advantage of it? Fuck yes, I do.
All the time.
Noted. He does.
Do I truly think it's right? No. But one has to fend for themselves, right? And if you have the power already bestowed upon you to fend for yourself better than others, it seems like the nature of people to continue to abuse that power.
Power conducts power. Truth. I like it. Why?
He
Justify
says to
the
Obern.
nobility.
He says to Obern.
I mean, you're asking the wrong person to justify nobility. There is no justification for nobility. There doesn't need to be nobility. Nobility serves no purpose except to hold up some kind of pretend structure and put other people down. Like, they do nothing but create this like weird leech structure at the top that sucks from the bottom and keeps the bottom down. Like, I'm sorry, but nobility is, it's all, I'm sorry. I'm launching into a tirade and I'm told that I need to like warn people before I do this. Are you okay with this continuing? Because this could go on for a while.
Yes.
Didn't you just say you had to get out of here?
Oh, truth indeed. Fine. I will accept your answer. Truth for truth.
Sum up, nobility's made up and it's bullshit. So, sorry. Again, to Lyonel, sorry. But it is. It's a construct. It doesn't matter. everyone's just people. How you're born literally has no effect on who you are as a person, except for the people at the top tend to be just a little bit more of an asshole.
Friend, you don't need to apologize to me. I was not born into nobility. I lucked into being taken into it at a very young age. You don't need to do any apologizing to me at all. I think maybe they should do insight checks, but there's some really fucking serious introspection going on in Lyonel right now.
Go for it.
Okay. 15.
13?
I'm not like putting up a huge barrier, just
I was gonna say it's
keeping
more,
my cool as I normally do.
I think in this case it would be more, you feel that much more confident that he's telling the truth. So more so than average, 10 being the average, you feel fairly certain he's telling the truth in this instance. And you, it's your turn.
I'm going to grab him and push him up against the cart and be like, all right, tired of your fucking questions. Either tell us what you obviously want to tell us or get on your way because you've said you'd had to leave like 4 times.
Unfortunately, truth, for violence. Violence is where our journey meets our end.
Great.
And he taps you on the nose. Roll a strength save.
I was like, oh no. What am I doing?
Actually, I'll take that back. Roll a initiative first.
Oh, good. You're right.
Can I roll initiative as well?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
This is mostly to establish a turn order. He's not appearing distinctly threatening, but...
I got a 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 24.
Nice.
Oh.
You don't have to. We're just establishing a turn order for this brief.
Okay.
Did I already do the pushing him up against the cart? Okay.
Yeah. It would be the...
15?
Okay, so you will go first, Lyonel.
Yeah, so did he already push?
So she pushes, and the traitor says what he says, and is beginning to reach his hand up in a delicate gesture, and you have
my rapier is instantly between his hand and Bonbon.
Okay. Is that a threat or an attempt to de-escalate?
De-escalation. You said truth for violence. We don't need any violence, but if you act, you best believe I will act first.
'Twas not I that committed violence. He looks Bonbon in the eye, still smiling, his toothy, wide grin. He holds his action so that Bonbon, it's your turn. You're still holding him.
I'm just going to let go.
Okay. He slips and he brushes himself off. Truth, for violence, for peace. In exchange for peace, I will say that you're here because there is much business to be done before the bulwark is operational. And that in order to, how best to say, achieve the greatness it once had requires much work. You have completed many tasks and have done well, but you will be judged.
By who?
By the bulwark.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, friend. I sheathe my rapier and just dust off, cordial. I thank you very much for your information. It seems that you have now given us some actual straight information. And it seems also that you need to be on your way. And on top of that, thanks to my companion, seems we're not at any position to continue to ask.
We are indeed at our transaction's end, but perhaps next time.
2 weeks.
2 weeks indeed. And he smiles and he turns to Bonbon and he says, perhaps you should relinquish control
Oh no.
And exactly what you think happens.
Great.
And he walks to the front of his Bardo, yanks the chain, and says, "To meeting again," and begins to slowly plod east.
Okay.
Well, that was eventful.
Kind of. Still haven't ever encountered him before, so we'll see if 2 weeks actually happens or if he just manages to miss me again. But yeah. Again, sorry about laying on so heavy. I don't necessarily have anything against any nobility in particular. I just don't see the point of it. I don't think it needs to exist. Doesn't exist everywhere.
Yes.
Other places get along fine without it.
I would be lying if I said that I think it needs to exist. I agree with you in many regards. I have also just grown very comfortable with the advantages that it gives me.
You look very comfortable. So
Roll insight, both of you at disadvantage. That's Obern and Lyonel for the audience out there.
10.
Oh, that's a clear disadvantage. Nat 1, so 5.
Yes.
Neither one of you notice anything out of the normal.
Okay. So, I suppose we should be on to the mayor's?
yeah, that's where we're heading. Yeah. Head to the mayor's, talk to him about the lizard sitch, and then we can hit up the board. I guess we're just going back to normal after that.
All right.
You begin to walk back into town. It is very short. The town is seemingly no more bustling than it was, or you would expect at this time. Most of the farmers are out in their fields and or are finishing up. The inn will become busy in a couple of hours. Doric is presumably in his home along with the board.
The what now?
The board, with the board.
Oh, okay.
Craigslist.
Okay.
What did I say?
You said the board. I was like, the board of like what? The board of trustees?
Yeah,
or what?
yeah.
Like,
No. Sorry. Yeah, the board, the request board.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So I'm assuming this is still his house with everything. I'm assuming this is still his house. So I go up and knock on the door.
There's a brief pause, and then you hear footsteps coming towards you. And the door opens. And for those of you who haven't seen him, you see a barrel-chested man who looks to be of otherwise elvish descent. Pointed ears, short salt and pepper hair, has a plain dress, sort of black and gray linens, look to be practical, and not linens, leathers, look to be practical for hard work, wears a ring on his left finger and has a dagger holstered in the small of his back. As he opens the door, he sees Obern and says, "Obern, my friend, you've returned."
Yep. Finally took care of that spider problem. Fun fact, wasn't spiders. It was like giant lizards.
Oh.
So I don't normally say this. You know, like we've known each other for months. I don't say this. I'm going to need a little bit more than what was posted.
I think you'll find that the return has been greatly satisfactory. He motions, and on the table there are 3 small bags of presumably coin. They seem to have a notable heft to them.
Okay. So real quick.
3 bags seems, yeah.
Yeah.
You knew that we were coming.
These are my new friends, I guess. This is Lyonel and Bon. They're new in town. Now that I have done that, How did you know to put out 3 bags?
Did you think that you're the only one who gets requests from the board? And he points, and there is a request that says, post reward for 3 adventurers from the Bulwark.
Wait, what? Run that by me again?
So he says, did you think that you're the only one who gets requests from the board? And he points, and on the request board, there is post reward for 3 adventurers from the Bulwark.
Okay. Okay, who put that up?
He looks puzzled. Well, it was just posted.
Yes, by whomst?
Well, they show up.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's a fun fact. They just kind of show up on the board. Nobody actually.
And that didn't tip you off to this place being weird?
You know,
It's a sorcerer. Well, a sorcerer. I'll tell the whole story. So, hundreds of years ago, when this town was established, he begins to start onto a long, rambling, tangent-filled, as though I'm telling a story.
Brian Good is telling.
Exactly. 15 minutes pass, and he's yet to get to what actually happened. And finally, 30 minutes, he goes, and then the sorcerer, calling upon mighty powers, wished that a board that could forecast the needs of the town be sent here, and it was.
Yeah.
So there's like an A way to tell a story and a B way to tell the story, and somehow you always manage to find like the longest B version.
Well, I find that the tale of Sir Langley is very vitally important to the construction of this town. Had he not found the legendary fish of legend, how ever would we know that this was the place to plant the flag that is? He begins to start again.
Okay. You know, okay. Thank you. Maybe write it down. Offered as a pamphlet. Optional for people to read in their own time. This is a lot to put on anybody just apropos of nothing.
A pamphlet. He looks intrigued and has begun considering, his eyes sparkling with the possibilities. But for later. For now, he points at the board. The board is clear. Other than the post the reward, which
We did it.
What time is it? What time of day is it?
it is just past. It's late afternoon, like 3-ish.
Okay, this is incredibly early. How is the board already clear? I did like 2 things this morning, and then we did 1. How is the board clear?
Well, you see, while you were away dealing with the bigger problem, the guards went and dealt with the scouting mission. It turns out they were not, in fact, goblins at all, but gnomes.
Uh-huh.
So you said the guards didn't do anything.
They don't.
That is preposterous. The guards keep us safe. He begins into literally rant about
They don't, though. Like, really. I'm willing to put a lot of money. I'm willing to put all of the money I have in my pack down that they actually did not do this. They just went out in the field and made out a little bit, because they did.
They all went together. They were a force to be reckoned with, and they negotiated tersely with the gnomes to let them know that it was unacceptable to place their camp there.
So it wasn't just Sayira and Velvet.
No, Jira as well.
All right, well.
May I ask what kind of gnomes?
What the fuck?